Hi, my name's Leanne Courtney from Leanne's Collection. I'm a face paint and face paint brush designer from Sydney, Australia. Today I'm using the Festive palette. It's released by Fusion Body Art and sold worldwide. I've got my Leanne's Rainbow 1/4 angle brush and I am just loading that back and forth. I'm doing this in real time, actually a little bit slower than what I would normally do, but just so that you can understand how you do holly. Now I'm starting with my brush, trying to work out which point I want to go to. So see how my on its side there, and then I'm scooping it. Now if you see the font on my Leanne's Rainbow brush, see how it disappeared? That's because I'm twisting that in my fingers. So that's sort of the trick and the hack to holly is not only do you have to do these little scoop shapes, you're working towards a point in the middle, and as you're moving towards a point, you're spinning your brush in your fingertips. Now that's going to take a little bit of practice. And so I'm putting the dark edge on the outside of this holly. Now either way, I can put the light edge, which I'll demonstrate soon, or the darker edge. And I'll also demonstrate that sometimes I actually overlay the dark color down first and then put the lighter on the edge on top of that. And it just sort of pads it out. It makes it look, I don't know, very arty and a little bit fancy with not that much extra work. Now I'm grabbing my Leanne's Rainbow 5/8 long angle brush. Now this is a beautiful brush. It's got really beautiful flow. And have a look how the pointy end is going towards the outside, the lighter green and the yellow. So again, watch this brush roll through my fingers. I'm pulling it, I'm going out to the side, scooping, but I'm doing smaller and smaller scoops as I'm spinning, so it's coming in to, and then I'm flipping it through my fingers and turning it around and coming back down to that focal point. You're going to have to practice this. There's no way around it, but just sit there with a brush and practice rolling it in between your fingers and coming up to that focal point. So I am going really slowly with this, and God love me, I cannot work out how to use CapCut or any of the things to shorten this video. So we're just going to have to go through it in real time. It's 6 minutes. I would do this design in a couple of minutes. So I've gone into, just taken my Leanne's Rainbow number 4 round brush, which I use for my dots and my larger teardrops. And I've taken some of the end colors, the darker colors, berry on the end there, and that's a really rich color. Now that's my base coat for the berry, and so it looks really nice and rich. It doesn't have a lot of life to it, but I'm going to add those highlights later in the design. I'm putting those in now because it gives the underlay of the green a chance to dry before I start laying it on the top. So I work, one section, then work to another section of the design while something dries, and then go back to that. So now I'm loading the light color again on this, the 1/4 brush. And I've just done the same thing, just going in between the leaves there, just to sort of pad that out and add some highlights to that. And now doing exactly the same with the 5/8 angle brush. I'll be going in. I wasn't real happy with the shape of, and it's not really so much the shape, but the direction of the holly. So watch how I go out to the side of here. So I'm popping that out. I'm just going to go through my sort of blooper. I'm still going too close. See, that's not going out far enough. So imagine if that should really be going towards like a 10 o'clock. If the first one was a 12 o'clock, I should go out to about a 10 o'clock. I've gone to 11 o'clock. So now I'm pulling in that other one up top just to sort of fix that. So it's got a nice wide angle on it. Just bringing some green down. I'm just being sort of not very fussy at all. Bringing it down, and that looks like a ribbon now. Now watch me go into this magenta again with my number 4 round brush. And what this is going to do is add some life to those berries. Now, watch how much this pops it. Yeah, I love that. I love that effect. Just on the top of the berries, and already that's... But wait, there's more. I'm going to pop it a little bit more later in the video. Now, what I'm going in with my white, and this is with my Leanne's Rainbow number 2 round. Now, this does all of your fine line work. I use my number 3 for just my normal line work, my number 4 for thick teardrops. Number 3 is sort of the workhorse in the kit, but I have to have this number 2 because it does this beautiful fine outlines, and it's not a lot of work, and I'm just flicking this paint in, watch, just really lightly, and that's giving a little bit more shape to the holly. It also reminds me of holly in snow, and I sort of love that idea of just having those snow-tipped leaves there. Again, I'm just having chilling and fun on the job. I'd probably work quite a bit faster than this, but I wanted to do a slower video. Oh, and there's the pop. So see that light pop on that leaf really makes a difference. If you use the 1/4 angle brush, that's going to give you smaller holly. So if on a smaller child, I would definitely be using my 1/4 angle brush. If you've got a little bit more room, say the child is about 8 up to teens, you've got more room to have that holly. Now, I do this normally in side eye designs, or I could put that holly right up the top in their forehead, just in that crown piece. See, just taking that down, just making it a little bit arty. Hope you like this video and like for more.